All right, welcome everybody. This is your host, Vishawn Borich from Team Tough. And today we have a special hangout as always. I appreciate you all being here with me. The hangout is called and I'm reading my notes again, YouTube video editing tips and tricks to get more views. So before I dive into the technical stuff of how you can modify your videos in YouTube and help to get more views to it, I want to back up and just express why is video important and why should you be doing video in your business, especially if you have an online business. So some of you already know this, some of you that have been in different trainings with me, but video is one of the best ways to get people who have never met you to know, like, and trust you. It's so much different to be able to see someone visually and see their body language and see how they speak and things like that than it is to just read the written word. So if you are in a business in which you're trying to attract an audience that you may never meet in person, it's vital that you have video. And what's interesting about video is that it's not as hard as you might think. Initially, when I first started doing video a few years ago, I can tell you I was super nervous about cutting my first video. I was not comfortable at all to be in front of a camera. And the whole idea, I wanted it to be perfect. I don't know if any perfectionists are out there. You want it to be perfect. And that was my thing. So here I am. And I just use my camera phone to shoot video. I have an iPhone. And here I have my camera and I'm holding it out like, out here, like you're doing a selfie shot, right? I'm holding it out there, trying to hold it steady to do my videos. And I quickly found out that I actually made myself more nervous holding it out. And so my phone is kind of shaking like that with my first videos. I got better though. I mean, initially my videos, I mean, they were horrible. If you go back and look on YouTube at some of my old videos, don't be surprised if they're pretty amateur. And hopefully they've gotten better. I hope you can tell that. But the thing is, the important part is the more I did it, the more I got in front of the camera, the easier it became. And that's how I would like you to approach it. If you're just starting and doing video for your business, then just start. I mean, that's the best way to overcome a fear, is to just start and realize it's not going to be perfect when you first start. And that's okay. In fact, your first videos, you don't even have to publish out to the world. The important thing is that you do it and you get more comfortable with being in front of the camera. Now, as I've done it and I've practiced, and I will tell you again that when I was a beginner, literally it took me over 40 takes. I think on my very first one, it took almost 60 takes. That means I'm shooting video and then stopping and then shooting it again and then stopping because I just couldn't get it right, or at least I thought I couldn't get it right, like 60 times. Isn't that crazy? It's insane. So it would take me hours in order just to get one short little 3-minute video out there. Well, I've learned that people want to see the real you. They don't want a robotic you. They don't want somebody that, is trying to be super perfect in how they speak. And you'll know that you can tell from watching these, I have certain stop words. I know I say, a lot, and I know I say actually a lot. And I'm trying to overcome some of those, and especially the and the ums. Those will get better the more you do video. So I don't want you to feel like, wow, you're a natural at this. I could never do what you do, because I'll tell you right now, I was horrible and I still have a lot of room for improvement. But every day I keep practicing, and I get better because I keep practicing. So I hope that inspires you and encourages you, because video is such a great way to get your message across, to learn, to do, to teach. That's part of our mission when you're a business owner, is to learn things, learn new things, okay, do them, actually take action, and then teach them to others. So if you haven't heard that before, learn, do, teach is really the key to being successful at anything. It's learning something new, doing it, because if you don't do it, you're never going to get better at it. And then teaching it. As you get better, teaching it to others. So that's exactly what I do on these Hangouts, is I hope that they help you so that it takes you a little less of a learning curve than it took me in order to produce great videos and have success. So that's my goal. That's my vision, is to help you today with video. So are you ready to look over my shoulder? Okay, I hope so. So I want to encourage you too, before I flip my screen around and show you how you can do some really cool things with video. So I'd like to see you go ahead and click below. You'll see there's a box below where you can add comments. Go ahead, log in to the chat roll and add comments, questions, whatever it is, or just say hi. So I know you're out there. And if you have questions, go ahead, put them there, because I may not be able to answer them immediately, but I will answer them. So if you stay on a few minutes after the Hangout ends, you'll see me pop on and I'll answer those questions that you have. And as always, you can reach me on Facebook. If you go to, just look Vishan Borich up on Facebook. Most of you are my friend, or you wouldn't have even found this Hangout. So be sure to message me there if you have something that you think of after the Hangout. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to flip my screen around and we're going to start walking you through YouTube and some really great tricks that you can use in order to improve your videos and improve the amount of visibility that those videos receive. So give me a moment as I flip things around here. All right, here it comes. You should be seeing my screen here in just a moment. All right, so what we have here is I've went ahead and I've pulled up YouTube, and this, I'm going to just walk you through this step by step, but feel free to take some notes, because I'm going to start off with basic edits, like how do you make an edit to a video. So, the first thing, before you can ever edit a video, you have to upload it into YouTube. And if you have never uploaded a video into YouTube, the easiest way, and what I do typically, is I record my videos on my phone. And then from there, you can actually, on most phones, I would say all phones, when you click the video on your phone, you can actually click, one of the options is to save it to YouTube. So you can actually save your video right from your phone onto YouTube. One of the things that I do is that I actually create multiple channels in YouTube. We're going to get into that in a little bit. So another method that I get my videos, because when I record them, oftentimes I don't know which channel I'm going to put it in initially. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and just plug my phone into my computer and then download the video right onto my computer from the USB cable, and then from there upload it into the appropriate channel. Just a quicker method in order for me to get those videos there. Of course, if you don't have a smartphone, you can always record your videos straight from your computer. Most laptops today come with a webcam of some sort, so you can actually learn how to use that webcam and record your video right from your computer. All right, so let's assume you've already uploaded your video. The next step that you want to do is edit that video. Sometimes, and especially if you're recording it yourself, the very beginning of the video has you reaching for the camera to turn it on, and the very end of the video has you reaching back over to the video or to the camera to turn it off. So I always like to snip the very first few seconds and the very last few seconds of my videos, so you don't see me reaching for the camera to turn it on and off. So that's one of the things that you can do in the edit function. And another thing that you can do is you can actually add a text and a title page and things like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first things first, you need to know how to get into the editing tool. So if you've already uploaded your video, you should log into your YouTube and you should see your little icon in the upper right. You're actually going to click on that icon or picture of you or whatever you use as your logo for your YouTube account. So you click on that and you will see all of your different accounts here. Now, you may not have any accounts. You may just have one account, and we're going to show you how to make multiple accounts here in just a moment. So right now, in order to edit the video, you're going to click Creator Studio. You'll see that right here when I clicked on my head. You'll see this pop-up window. You just click on Creator Studio. So I'm going to do that. All right, so once you're in the Creator Studio, you're going to look over here in the left side rail, and you'll see at the very bottom it says Create. If you click on that, Now you have a couple options. You have the audio library, so you can actually add music and things like that to the background of your video if you wanted to. And there's a bunch of really great free songs that YouTube provides for you that you can use them, no cost to you in your video. And you can go through any of these. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to simply go right to the video editor, and that's the second one down under Create. All right, so this is what the video editor looks like. So once you're in here, the very first thing you want to do is you want to give your video a name. I'll give you a hint. You want to name it whatever the keywords are for your video. So for instance, I'm going to use this one here, and this one's, are you letting others control you? This is a video I did late last week. So I'm going to actually call it that. Are you letting others control you? And the reason I want to use the keywords in the headline, it just gives that video a little extra Google juice. And if you're not familiar with what I mean by that, Google juice is Google owns YouTube. Let's start there. Google owns YouTube. And so they have invested interest in pulling up any videos in search results when people search for certain keywords. So if you use the keyword in the actual title, you are allowing Google to find your video more easily. So I always try to use the keywords for my videos right in that title so that it gives me a little more chances of people doing a search on Google finding my videos. Okay, pretty cool. All right, so now we want to add some things to this video. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the video down, the one that I want to edit, and I pull it right down here next to the little camera. And it'll probably start playing right away. I'm going to hit pause. This is kind of a fun video I did with my sons. So now you've got the video here. Now I have already actually modified this video so it doesn't show me doing the camera as far as my arm sticking out to turn the camera on. However, if I wanted to edit this, you see this blue line right here on this little thumbnail of my video? I can simply click on that and drag it to wherever I wanted the video to start. Do you see that? I could start it right here. Oop, it's kind of right here where my boys are starting to talk. So if I wanted to, I could do that. I also have the capability to do the same on the end of it. I could just drag this in order to trim or splice my video. Another great tool that you could use is I could splice this in half, and then in between whatever it was that I said, I could actually put a title slide and then recopy the same video over to the next box, and so that way I could complete the rest of the video. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually show you. So now if I wanted to add another, like a title slide, I would click on the box right here next to the video. Okay, and I'm going to click on this little text tool. You'll see that in the upper bar of tools. So I clicked on the text tool, and now I've got several different options for my title slide or a text slide. I can do a centered, banner, center fade. Fade means that it's actually going to fade out after it has the text. Slide, I can have it slide in, and then I can have it zoom in. So I think I'm going to try this slide. That sounds kind of fun. So I'll bring that right here. And so there, see how it slides in? So I'm going to change the text though right now. So I'm going to click on that. And you'll see right here in this text box, I can change this. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to make it my link to my website. So I'll do it to my blog since this particular video was related to my blog. So my blog is toughmamablog.com. Okay, so I just did that. Now let's see how it works. Okay, it's a little big, so I need to make it a little smaller. So I'm going to come up here where it says size, and I'm going to make it small. It doesn't allow you to kind of choose a font size by number. You do have to kind of just flip through on small, medium, large, extra small, etc. And I could also change the color. If I wanted to make this a different color, I could click here. I could make it kind of one of my colors in my logo. Okay, so that gives you an idea. And I can also make it slide in. I can make it slide in from the top. Let's see how that works. Hey, that's kind of fun. All right, so you can see some of the different things that you have the capability to do. Now, let's say I wanted to add another video at the end. Maybe I have a small snippet, or maybe I have something with me saying, hey, be sure to visit me at toughmamablog.com. I could add in that video here. So I simply click on the next box, come over here to videos. It automatically plays as you do these, so it can be kind of frustrating. So I'm going to come over here, and maybe I wanted to add this one in here that my son did on It Starts With Belief. That would make kind of a long video, but you get the idea. You just simply drag and drop into this timeline, and that's the order in which these videos are going to play. Okay, so once you have it how you would like it to be, and you've slid things over so that it's edited down, and you don't have any problems as far as showing things that maybe you made a mistake and you want to splice a new version in, you could easily do that. But once you're done, you need to come up here and click Create Video. Now, I've only showed you a few simple things that you can do. You'll notice there are a lot of other tools and editing things. Be sure to just play around with it. Find a video. It's not going to save over the top of your original video. Okay, so it's actually going to create a brand new video in your YouTube channel with this name. Now, I know that when you saw this earlier, this first video actually has the same name as this new one. It's actually going to create another one with the same name. So it does not delete, even if you name the title the exact same, it will not delete that video. Okay, so hopefully this really helps you. I know when I found this video editing tool in YouTube, I was really excited because there were videos that I had uploaded that weren't quite edited how I'd like them to be. And so it was really, really nice that I could go in right into YouTube, make the edits without having to re-upload the video and take a lot of time that way. So great tool. So now I'm going to show you just a few other cool tricks that you can do in YouTube in order to edit some videos. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to come up to my channels. All right, so here I am. I'm in my channels. You can see a number of my videos. Again, I'm going to use the one that I just recently uploaded a few days ago. And I'm going to click on, are you letting others control you? All right, so here's this video. So now let's say that I wanted to add some text to this, or I want to add some additional edits to it without being in the editing tool itself, the Creator Studio. I can actually add some things called annotations, which is a really fancy way of saying that you can add text to your video. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, because sometimes you may not want to create a brand new video out of the original version that you uploaded. Maybe this video is already live somewhere and you're like, oh shoot, I should have added some text to this. This is a sneaky way for you to add text and other things to your video without having to resave it, rename it, and upload it as a new video. Because remember, in the Creator Studio, you're actually creating a brand new video, and it's going to have a brand new URL when you're done. So sometimes, like in the case of this one, it's already posted. I've got it on a page on my website and stuff like that. So I don't want to actually resave this into the Creator tool, because then I'd have to go back into my website and swap out the link with a brand new link, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to show you how you can add text without even using the Creator Studio. So here's the video, and you'll see when you're logged in, you've got all these cool tools right here. Well, one of them that you can do is this one here that looks like a little speech bubble. It says annotations. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. All right, so here's the video. So let's say that about halfway through, I want to drop in my web address so that it maybe runs along the bottom of the video. So what I could do is I could come up here, and you see where it says add annotation. I'm going to click on that. And there's a number of different types of text that you can add. The one that I use the most is the one that says title. I find that one's at least the best because it keeps the text visible the entire time. Speech bubble is kind of fun if you want a little bubble next to your head. But for me, I wanted it to be a little more professional. So most of the time when I add an annotation, I use title. You can experiment with each one of these, but I'm going to click on title. Okay, so let's say I want to add my web address. Now it's going to be huge, but we're going to shrink that down. Okay, so it's cutting off the M. There it is. Okay, so now I've got my web address, and I can shrink this down a little bit more just by dragging. All I'm doing is I'm clicking on the little nodule, a little box, and clicking and dragging in order to actually shrink this down to the size that I'd like it. Okay, and then I can center it on the page. Now, if you look down at the bottom here, this is my annotation. So right now, it's only going to play for like the first few seconds of my video. So once it gets past that spot, it'll disappear. So let's say that we want this to show up throughout the entire video. What I would do is I would come down here, and you can actually click on the little annotation and grab an edge of it and drag it all the way to the end. And make sure it's all the way at the beginning too. Okay, so now this URL is going to be all the way on my video from the beginning until the end, which is really nice. And I'll tell you why you want to put a web address or some kind of branding on your videos is that if you do a really nice video, there's a potential that somebody might embed that video on their own website. You know, maybe you speak on a topic that's really valuable, which I hope all of you are doing. You want to speak on a good topic. If it's valuable and then somebody embeds it on their video or links to it or something like that, now they're getting, traffic from you, and they could add their own annotation from, for their own website. So I don't want people stealing my videos. So what I do is I always, add an annotation, or I actually embed text in that creator tool so that my videos have, my branding on it. And I think that, that's really important. It's going to make your videos so that if no matter where they end up, people have your link so that they can find you, and you'll start getting leads and traffic from that link. All right, so I'm going to actually leave that on there. So all I got to do is come up here and click Apply Changes. And now it's all set. And I'm going to show you just a few more tricks here that you can do if you have not done this in your videos before. You can come over here to Info and Settings. That's another tool that's right within the video itself without you having to add it into the Creator Studio. In here, this is where you can change the thumbnail. So maybe you don't like the one with your mouth wide open or something like that. I can click on one of the other ones here. So I might change it to this one. It does take a little while for it to actually switch. So don't be surprised when you click on one if it doesn't show up here. It will later. You can also upload your own. I will warn you though, one of the things that I've been told or have learned from other mentors is that when you upload your own custom thumbnail, it actually takes away some of the Google juice for your video. So it's better to just choose from one of the 3 that are provided, that are automatically selected. Even if you don't like it, it's good to select one from here rather than uploading your own. And the other thing I'll say, and I probably should actually leave it on the one with my mouth open, I've done some testing recently and found that videos in which it looks like you're speaking instead of just smiling and grinning, the ones where it looks like you're actually saying something tend to get more click-throughs than the ones in which you're just smiling. So it's almost like they want to know what you have to say. Why is her mouth open? So it actually, in thinking about that, I'm going to actually keep it on the one with my mouth open, even though I look kind of silly with my mouth open. Even Jack has his mouth open in that one. So they probably are wondering, what I'm about to say. So I'm going to have a much higher click-through rate because of that. All right, so now I'm going to show you some other ways to get some Google juice. Okay, are you guys ready? Is everybody with me so far? I hope so. Be sure to comment below if you have questions and things like that, or if I'm going too fast. Remember, these are recorded, so you can always go back and watch this, and make sure you save the video itself so that you don't lose this, because I will upload a new Hangout video to the page next Monday, because I do these Hangouts usually every Monday, but because of the holiday this week, we're doing it today on Tuesday. All right, so we're moving on. Right here, this is important. This is the text or the description box that you want to edit for your video. Now, I've already done that for this one, and I've actually added a lot of text. If you look through here, I have several paragraphs of text, but I'm going to give you some tips here. Okay, so write these down if you have not done this before. This is some golden nuggets I'm going to drop on you. So the first tip is in the first sentence, the very first sentence of your description, you need to include a link. Now, in this case, I'm trying to drive more traffic to my blog, so I'm using my blog link. If you're trying to drive more traffic to your business or to a sales page or to a lead capture page, then you should use a lead capture link right here. Okay, a promotional funnel link right here. Make sure when you paste it in that you include the HTTP. Otherwise, it will not be clickable within YouTube. So you want it to be so that people can just click right on it to go to your link. Okay, and the reason you want it in the first sentence is that otherwise it gets cut off. So let me show you what I mean. If I go like to the main video page, okay, now you can see my annotation popping in now. On the main video page, you'll see down here, it actually shows like the first 3 sentences, but I always do it in the first sentence because I like my link to be in the very top. Most of my videos, especially if it's like a lead capture video, I'll put the link at the very front before I even say anything, okay? And see, notice how it's in blue? Like when I hover over this, it's in blue, because that's because I included the HTTP, so it's allowing this to be a hot link or a hyperlink. Okay, all right, so the other thing is if you put it after the first sentence or 2 or 3, it looks like, it's going to be in the show more section, and people actually have to click on that to see the rest of the text. So they may or may not click on that, and therefore you've lost the potential for getting that lead. Okay, all right, so that's golden nugget number 1. The other golden nugget is you definitely want to have some text here. Specifically, you want to have text that includes keywords related to your video, because Google, remember, they're friends with YouTube, they own YouTube, they actually search the text in order to help, when people do a search on Google, in order to help them find your video. So if you don't have text here, you are missing an opportunity to have more keywords for Google to find you. The other thing that Google does is that, and YouTube as well, is they actually transcribe whatever it is you're saying in your video. So whatever words that I say are becoming part of the search terminology when somebody's on Google or searching in YouTube as well. So you want to make sure at some point during your video, you actually say the name of the website that you want them to go to. You also want to say the keywords that you're trying to hit with your video. And keywords are so important. Keywords are things, and it's not just one keyword. It would be like a string of a sentence in which people are looking for on a regular basis. And that's a whole separate training, but keywords are so valuable, and everything that you do, especially in video, you want to include keywords that are hot, that people are actually searching for, because then you're going to have much more success with people finding your videos, clicking on your links, and becoming a potential customer with your business. Okay, so what do you write about? I mean, this seems like a lot, doesn't it? And this was one of them where I just had a lot to say because this is kind of a longer video. It's blog related. You'll see this is like a 7-minute, 30-second video. Most videos, and I'll tell you this real quick, the sweet spot for a video is 3 minutes, 3 minutes or less. So if you're going to do a video, I highly recommend you keep it under 3 minutes. With few exceptions. I found that if I'm doing one that has a lot of really good content, especially if I'm doing one that's trying to promote my blog, or I'm going to embed in my blog like I did with this one, then I'll do a longer video because it has some valuable content. But most of my videos are 3 minutes or less. Okay, so back to the content. How do you find what to write with? I'm going to give you a real quick tip. Go to Google. So you come into Google. All right, so here I am. I'm in Google. So if I'm going to go here, the title or my main keyword on this is, are you letting others control you? So I'm going to just copy that. I'm going to come over here to Google. I'm going to paste that right here. I'm going to do a search in Google. Look at that. I'm right here at the top. Isn't that awesome? And I just did that 2 days ago. I thought it was longer than that. And I'm already, within the top 3 of Google. Awesome for those keywords. But let me show you why. Let me show you why this is already up towards the top of a Google search. Okay, so one of the things that you do is you come down here, whatever your keywords are. So I type those in here, I hit search. I come down to the bottom, and you see all of these other keywords that are listed here. Okay, all of these are search terms that people have used on a frequent basis to search in Google. So here's my huge golden nugget for you. I'm going to copy these right here. So I just highlight from the bottom. I don't need the searches related to. If I can get it. There we go. So I'm going to copy that. And then I would come back to my video. Okay. And I would actually paste in here. I don't want to delete all this stuff, but I'll do it at the very top so you can kind of see. So I would actually paste all of those keywords right here. Now, don't just leave them like that, because Google is smart enough to know that you're trying to game their system, and they actually will block your videos if you just, paste a bunch of keywords all in the description. At least that's what I've heard. I have never done it, but somebody told me, hey, don't just do it that way. And I do listen to my mentors. When they tell me these things, I listen to them and I follow their exact instructions because they've obviously had experience with it. Now, if later on I find out that that's not true, then I'll start doing this. But right now, I'm having really good success by following what my mentors have taught me. So here's what I do is I paste those keywords in. Some of them may not apply, but what I'm going to do is, for most of them, I'm going to create a sentence with that keyword in it. So here it says, letting others control you, quotes. So it's not really a quote. So I'm going to not use that one. That one doesn't really apply to what I was speaking about. But this one does, letting others control your emotions. So I'm going to actually make this into a sentence. I'm going to make it a question. So there's my first one. This one's talking about quotes. Notice I didn't change the keywords itself. I just added a few words before or after it. So here's one. I could actually make that one the start of a sentence. Watch this. We just changed that. It says, don't let others control you. I'm going to make that a capital D. Don't let others control you, comma, learn some tips on how to manage your emotions. Okay, so you can kind of get the idea. So I literally will go through each one of these and create a sentence with it if it makes sense. So what that's doing is now I'm hitting all of the top keywords within the same search that I just did. And that, my friends, is how you get on the top page or so of Google. Okay, so that's just the second golden nugget, but that really helped me to get ranked with my videos just by doing that. Okay, all right, so I'm going to show you another tip that's a big golden nugget, and it's kind of a sneaky one. I'm going to get rid of this though because I already optimized my description. Okay, so once your video, this is number 3, once your video has been uploaded, okay, you need to do something really cool. You need to come up here to the URL thread that's at the very top. Okay, you're going to copy that URL and make sure it's the one that has youtube.com in the URL. You don't want the one that's down in the share. Let me go back to the, I'm just going to hit refresh here. I didn't make any changes, so okay, one of the things that a mistake that people make is they'll come down here, they'll click on the share button, and they'll use this link. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it in a second. Do not use this link. Okay, so make a note. Don't use the share link. You want to use the link at the very top up here. Okay, so the actual URL for this video. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go down into my description again, and I always do this at the very bottom, and this one actually already has it. Check this out. I pasted that URL at the very bottom of my description. Now you're probably wondering, well, why? Why did you do that? Well, here, remember, Google owns YouTube, okay? So they have invested interest to send more traffic to videos that drive people back into YouTube. So they want to keep that cycle going so that people stay on all of the things that they own rather than going off into some other website. So by adding this YouTube link right into the description, it basically psychs out Google saying, oh, okay, well, she's linking back into YouTube. So she's keeping traffic in our system. So that's awesome. We're going to make her videos go popping up to the top a little more frequently than somebody else's. Okay, so this is a huge tip, and I've noticed a big change in where I rank every time that I do this in my description. Pretty cool, huh? All right, I'm hoping you're taking good notes because I am really giving you some value here, some valuable information that I learned at some of my masterminds. And if you're watching this hangout right now, I really encourage you, if you are looking for a way to earn a living online, or you're thinking about adding additional streams of income into your business or your life, go ahead and click on the link below where it says Join Team Tough. And what that's going to do, you're going to join my team, and I'm going to be your personal mentor to help you so that you can take your business and your life to the next level. So if that's you, then go ahead, click on the button right now, and you're going to get connected with me. Just follow, go through it step by step, and we'll be connected. I'll be reaching out to you, and I'll show you even some more tips on how you can take your business to the next level. All right, so those are some tips. So I wanted to show you a few more things here before we get out and I flip it back around. So one of the things that you can do in YouTube in order to find keywords, and this is just a bonus tip I wanted to throw in there, is you can actually search for keywords in YouTube. So let's say that I'm going to just copy this again. Are you letting others control you? Because that's the name of this video. So if I just type that up here in the main YouTube search bar, it's going to pull up all the videos that currently have that in there. So what I want to do is I want to find videos that are related to that. And look at that, I'm on the front page. You can look through here and find ones that have a lot of views. So let me just change to another one since I'm already on the top page. So let's say that you're going to do a video on, let's see, let's just say work from home jobs for moms. Look at that. So if I search for that, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to see all the people that are on the top search for work from home jobs for moms. So I can come down here, and what I want to do is I want to look at how many views they've gotten. So look at this one. This one's 2 years old, and it's gotten over 14,000 views. Here's one that's a year old, and it's got over 36,000 views. So what you can do is you can kind of reverse engineer keywords for your business. So whatever your business is, I mean, it could be anything. I mean, let's just say that you're in the scuba diving business. I could type in scuba diving, and let's see what comes up. So we've got, here's one, learn how to scuba dive. Look at that. It's had over 307,000 views, and this is a 4-year-old video, okay? So if you're trying to get more traffic to your business, you can actually copy the keywords that other people are using, or I should say borrow, because you don't want to copy it identically, but you can borrow the same keywords. Like if you're a scuba diver, maybe you teach scuba diving, you could borrow this keyword. Let's go ahead and click on that one. I'm going to click pause here once it comes up. Okay, so I could actually highlight this and I could copy that as a keyword. And this video, you know, it's back from 2010 and it's just gotten so much traffic. So I want to copy this and then produce my own video that uses the keywords learn how to scuba dive. And following the same tips that I just gave you, there's a very high probability that you'll rank on the first page of YouTube for those keywords. So here, let me just check and let's see. Yeah, they don't even include the YouTube link in their description. They don't have a lot of text here that's going to help with their ranking. So I'm pretty certain that if I was a scuba dive instructor, that I could rank within the first page of Google for these keywords, learn how to scuba dive, just by doing some of the tips that I gave you. Pretty neat, huh? So what you want to do is look for other people that are having success. If they're getting, over 10,000 views, I would say, hey, that's a pretty hot keyword, especially if it's, if it's something that's been around a while. Then you can go out and you know pretty much with certainty that your video can outrank them, because number one, it's newer, and YouTube and Google, they like to post newer videos first. Secondly, they like to find ones that obviously match the keyword. This isn't necessarily in order, but then they also want things that people are searching for. So obviously a lot of people had searched for this because it has over 307,000 views. And you can see there's a bunch of other ones here too. But you want to look for keywords that make sense for you. Okay? So I'm hoping that these are some tips that have really helped you. I'm going to flip my screen back around here. Just a moment. All right, I'm back. Okay, so these were some tips that are helping you with your YouTube so that you can produce great videos and actually rank with them and drive more traffic to your business, no matter what business that you're in. All right, I want to leave you with this. I've got a big event that's coming up here in July 17th through 19th. It's called the Zero to Hero event. We're going to be teaching you how to go from zero to hero, in other words, beginner to expert at creating a marketing sales funnel. If you're not familiar with the marketing sales funnel, it's something that allows you to drive more traffic to your business. It's all custom, so it's your brand, everything. It's going to allow you to drive traffic to your business and have big success in getting more leads and potentially more sales, because you have a custom sales funnel that you drive people through. So I'm going to be teaching with my friend and business partner, Charlene Burke, on how you can build out this sales funnel here in Branson, Missouri. And that, again, that's July 17th through 19th. And here's the cool thing. We've already rented 7 adorable little log cabins in the Ozark Mountains here where I live at this beautiful resort. And these log cabins, that's where everybody's going to stay. So it's a live event here in Branson. We're going to have a big retreat. We're going to feed you. We're going to make sure you have a great place to sleep in these little cabins. And then we're going to teach you hands-on training on how you can take your business to the next level with your own custom sales funnel that'll be ready to go by the end of that weekend. So it's a great event. If it's something that you think is a good fit for you and your business, then I encourage you to visit our link, and that's zerotoheroevent.com. That's singular, zero to hero. It's all spelled out, zerotoheroevent.com, where you can register. And from there, you'll be taken to a video page where Charlene and I, just last Friday, we did a video overview of what we'll be teaching. And then this Friday, we're going to be doing another video training. So that'll be at, 1 o'clock, I think. 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. So you want to get in on that, get some information. And right now, we are in early bird pricing. So what does that mean? That means that you get a huge discount for registering before midnight this Friday. At midnight this Friday, the prices go up by $100. And so you want to get registered before then. And I'll tell you right now, the cost is super reasonable because you get 4 meals, you get super training, one-on-one training with Charlene and I. You also get, your room and board there at this beautiful log cabins in the Ozarks, all right now at the early bird price of $594. So incredible, and we're so excited to host this. So I'm looking forward to having you there. And one last thing, there are only 30 spots. That's it. We're having a small, intimate training course, so there's only 30 spots. So if you have any doubt in your mind and you're thinking, man, I really think I should do this, then I encourage you to go ahead and click on it, because we're going to meet Charlene and I in person. We're going to go through the training. I would love to have you there. It's going to be so much fun. So that's all I have today. I hope you had a great holiday weekend, and we're looking forward to seeing all the great things that happen this week in your life, in your business. We'll see you next Monday for the Down and Dirty at 1:30. Take care.